So if you've seen this page now, you know already I'm really passionate about food. I'm passionate about life. I'm passionate about female bodies. And I'm passionate about helping women thrive and to allow themselves to receive pleasure, to really own their sexual self and to, to allow bliss and pleasure while healing, while really, getting back to feeling fit and vital and healthy. Because look at our society right now. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it disheartening? Like, what Corona has brought to the surface is not something that hasn't been going on before. Like, we are as a society poisoning our bodies, and we are as a society disowning our bodies. So now's the time to claim it back. And if you're here right now, I know you're ready as well and you're interested in that approach. But let me tell you how I came to this approach I'm actually teaching here. I'm actually here to support you. I was around 16, 17 when I first realized that my body wasn't functioning in the way it was for other people. I developed so many food sensitivities that it came to me being on such a restricted diet that people would threat when I came to visit them. But even more so, I was suffering. And I didn't see that the restrictive diet made any difference other than, of course, a few symptoms wouldn't come. The plushes wouldn't come in my face. Maybe the bloating would get a little bit less, but it never really went away. There were a few things. My ears wouldn't itch if I didn't eat the strawberries and all the kind of berry fruits. There were a few things that okay, they were gone when I started to restrict my diet. But it wasn't that I was actually feeling better. Anyway, my path went on because no one told me, or I couldn't see. I didn't find. I searched for support on and on, but no doctor, no, naturopath, nobody helped me to really find an approach that would fit me uniquely with my body. And I came to the teachings of Anthony Williams, which I adore in so many ways. But that was when my suffering got to a peak, actually. It was Anthony Williams' diet, and on top I went to a chiropractic, and I could eat nothing. I let the gluten out, I let all the dairy out, I let you name it out. There's even some of the glutens that's recommended from Anthony Williams, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Just to be very clear, I'm just saying this was my story. And so I was already on the, let's say, I can eat 5 ingredients. There's 5 nourishments, 5, I'm missing the English word right now. There's 5 things I can actually eat. And then I went to the chiropractic and my stomach stopped to digest anything. So for 3-4 months, I was starving. It was I lost weight crazily, obviously, because I could not eat. Not even a smoothie, nothing would stay in or go and digest. I was allergic to honey, to butter, to anything. My body was on such a full-blown reaction that I could not go on. And at the time, I had given up. At the time, I didn't know if I would ever get healthy again, if I would actually survive that, because my weight dropped, the skin, my skin was dropping off. I was devastating. And I came to that point where I realized that I have the power in me. And I started to run for my life. I started to dance. I started to eat new herbs. I started to test myself kinesiologically, which I had learned before, but I didn't dare to use at the time. And I really took my power 100% back. Within a few weeks, I could eat again. Within a few days, actually. And within a few weeks, I could eat everything. Now, this is a shortcut, obviously. I could tell you more about what was actually going on and what I still had to deal with after that. But I can tell you that I know how we can actually harm our body by leaving too many nourishments out. And I can tell you how it harms our psyche, our social capacity. It harms our body, obviously, because we're missing a lot of vitamins and stuff out, even if we're taking the supplements, which I'm a great fan of, but I don't think they can ever substitute your nutrition. And so I found out, and I started doing that with clients, I started doing that with friends at first, that when you test your body and when you intuitively use your knowledge about what really is good for you. I mean, I was doubting everything at the time. My intuition couldn't help me at the time. I needed to really test. But what I'm here to help you learn is that you can actually ask your body. Your body's got the answers. And you can get back on a nutrition that is not restricting at all. It's just that you might have to add a few things so your body can go back into natural healing. And then you can really start in the same time to stop focusing only on what your body needs, but start living and bringing the pleasure in and seeing how your microbiome actually changes by you living more happiness, being more vital, obviously. Movement, there's been studies that we know by now that when you do sports and movement, that the healthy gut bacteria is actually growing. So I want you to just know that miracles can happen. And for me, I was so devastated at the time. But the change, if you'd ask anyone in my surrounding, I was 180 degrees different in the way I was eating, in the way I was behaving, because I freed myself from the restriction and I had to go all the way down, losing everything, to then build myself up and trust again. I can eat. I can eat food. And not just the extra expensive gluten-free and extra and extra and extra and extra. Yes, sometimes that's still what I eat. And yes, sometimes that's what I need. But it's not my main way to live. And I want it to be for you just the same. So if you struggle, if you've been on a crazy diet spiral, or if you've just been neglecting your body or disowning how beautiful you are, you're on the right page. Please check out my availability, check out my sessions, and check out if that's something for you, because I would love to help you go back thriving and really feeling happy in your body.